In this video, we're going to do Chapter 3, Tutorial 1, and this one deals with dynamic entities. So I'm going to walk you through the steps, and we'll go ahead and get started. So go ahead and open SOLIDWORKS, start a new part file, and if you read through in here, it tells us that our units should be in millimeter/gram seconds. So I'm going to change my units down in the bottom right, and you can set your grid and snap if you want to. I don't really care too much if you do that or not. It's up to you. We're going to start by creating a sketch in the front plane. So I'm going to click front plane and then sketch. And if you read in the instructions, the first thing we need to do is create some center lines. So instead of picking the line command up here, we're going to choose right there and choose center line. So this is where it comes into making those dynamic mirrors. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a vertical and a horizontal center line. So I pushed escape to get out of that center line command and come over and make a horizontal center line. So now I have two center lines on the page. So now that I have those, I'm going to switch over this time and I'm going to draw regular lines. And what I'm going to do is draw those lines, but I'm only going to draw a portion of the image, since that eye shape is completely symmetrical, both up and down and left and right. We're going to go ahead and come in, and really I don't even have to draw half of the image. I can only draw a quarter of it. So that's what I'm going to work on doing. So if I assume that this is my line of symmetry right there where the origin is, I'm going to come in and draw that bottom portion of the eye. So I'm going to snap on to right there, come down. It looks like about 70 units. Again, you just have to get close. 70, I'm going to go over 80, down 20, and again, you don't have to get it perfect. I'm going to hover my mouse up there and see how I get that blue reference inference line. I'm going to click right there. Alright, so I drew a quarter of the image and I pushed escape to get out of there. Now what we're going to work with is taking that shape and mirroring it. We're going to mirror it two ways. We're going to mirror it left to right, and once we have the bottom part of the eye, we're going to mirror it up and down. So I'm going to choose the Mirror Entities button up here at the top. I need to select the stuff that I want to mirror, so I can click on it individually, that works, or I can come in and draw a box, and you can see all of this stuff over here. I'm going to copy it, okay, and then I'm going to choose, click right there and say mirror about. Well, what do I want to mirror that about? I want to mirror it about this construction line. So I clicked there on that construction line, and now you'll see I have the bottom part of the eye. I like what I see. I can either come up here and choose the green check mark, or I can right click and OK. So now I have the bottom part of my eye shape. Now I'm going to come in and do a Mirror Entities again. Grab all of that. So see, it got all of that stuff right there. I'm going to mirror about, and this time I'm going to choose the horizontal construction line and green check mark. So now I have my eye shape on the screen. Okay, so that's pretty simple. There's different ways you can do it. You can use it, the Mirror Entities button, like I did right there. That will get you what you need. You can also use a dynamic mirror entity. So once you have taken a look at the videos, other videos of the different command techniques, you'll understand the difference between mirror entities and using a dynamic mirror. So that way I just drew it using the regular Mirror Entities command. Your textbook in the tutorial talks about the dynamic mirror entity. So I'm going to pause for a second, go back to a clean slate, and we'll do the same kind of thing again, except for this time we're going to use dynamic mirror entity. So another technique to get to this same eye shape that was presented in the textbook is to use dynamic mirror entity. So not this one, but we're looking for a different command. So if I come up and I hover over the 3DS SolidWorks logo, I can come over and choose Tools, then Sketch Tools, then Dynamic Mirror. So that one's a little bit different than the regular mirror command that's just above it. So if I choose Dynamic Mirror, you'll see over here it asks me to pick a sketch line to mirror about. So I'm going to choose, let's see, we'll go kind of top to bottom first. We'll use this line, horizontal line, as our mirror command. Now watch what happens when I go in and I start to draw. I'm going to come down and see that unit was about 70. There we go. Watch what happens. It automatically started to put in a value up there. Okay. So as I'm drawing, it's automatically mirroring about that horizontal line. So I'm going to use a line of inference here. I haven't clicked, just using that line of inference. Okay. So now I have what I need, and I'm going to push escape. So you can see there I did a dynamic mirror. So as I drew this way, it automatically put it above. So I have half of my eye. I can't use the dynamic mirror again. I would just need to use regular mirror entities. So that's what I'm going to use, is the regular plain mirror entities. I'm going to grab all of that stuff. I'm going to deselect that first center line because I don't want that to be part of my mirror entity. So I'm going to come over here and delete that. So click it, delete, and now it's not going to be mirrored. Same thing with the line 2, which is the second line on there. Get rid of that one. Take that out. We don't need to have multiple center lines. And then choose my mirror about, and this time I want to mirror about the vertical line, and I'm going to click my green check mark. So you can see there's two different methods that I use to get to this same end product. So as far as the textbook is concerned, you're finished when you get to this part. But what I would like you to do is play around in there and see if you can get your dimensions on the screen. And remember, anytime you see these blue lines, you can click and drag. Now what's neat, because this one was done with a dynamic mirror, is that as you change one, the other one changes at the bottom. Same thing this way, because that dynamic mirror was invoked. So that's kind of neat. Different ways to see that come into play. So go ahead and pop some dimensions on there and see if you can get that to get totally locked down or all black.